Good morning, everyone on the Accelerator group. Hope you had a great weekend and a great week last week. Don't forget to turn in your MTRs if you haven't. The same link applies, although I can repost it if you need me to. Just go through the text thread on the Accelerator group and you'll be able to find that link again and report it. I'm still keeping track, although I haven't looked at it this morning. That's when I usually do. So the first question I'm going to ask is, who had a chance to go through your funnel of the people that, you kind of lost track of, and or that you'd forgotten about or anything like that? You've been able to do that to some degree? Yep.
Added about 20 more names to my list.
Yay.
I haven't gone that where distributors that I need to reach out and see whether they're still kicking around or not, maybe even.
Exactly. So that's great. And I started MailChimp with Jackie. She showed me how to do MailChimp. So I'm going to start dripping on people again who are my associates and or who are people who are interested. Hi, Dr. Ed. Nice to see
Hi,
you.
good morning.
Anyway, well, please go through if you haven't gone through with that, and pick up some of the people that you may have forgotten about, or go back through some of your list. I know Alan Noble, being a smart businessman, before they started cleaning out the tree, he went back and captured all his associates that had been associates and maybe who hadn't been active. And that's one of the things he first started when that when they started cleaning out the tree. So he was able to go back and capture everybody he's ever had. So that it's a good thing to do, to keep going, because they were interested at one point and you never know, they can come back and be interested again. And especially with all the new stuff coming out that we've had. So today, going back to skill sets, I'm going to teach about two things. I'm actually going to have Jackie teach about the health tracker, which I think is so important to use. And I'm going to teach about closing today, going back to basics. And then hopefully I'm going to talk to Susanna again and we'll have somebody on for the app, hopefully next week, but if we can do that. So, closing is a skill set. You have to really practice that. You have to be able to be confident enough to ask if they're ready to get started. You have to be confident enough to ask if there's anything else they need before they can get started. So otherwise you're in this constant circle, like a rat race of, just saying, well, do you need more information? Well, they don't know what they need and what they don't need. You're going to have to be their guide and tell them what they need. Otherwise you're going to just continue to send them information after information after information, and you'll never get a closing. And they'll start doubting, well, why do I need all this information? I shouldn't have to do this. I just really wanted to try it, that kind of thing. So closing is a skill set that you have to learn and practice over and over. And some of you have been in sales before. I know Joyce is very good at doing all that because she was with State Farm and she had to ask for a close or she wouldn't have made any money. So hopefully some of you have learned that at this point. The doubt in people's mind, if they were interested and ready to buy and you keep offering information, they'll just start doubting. Like I said, what they'll start having second thoughts on it, and you'll lose the sale. I mean, they don't need that much information usually to unless they're a doctor or something, and to make a decision. Or they might think, do I have to read all this research before I can even sign up and try it? Because I don't want to do that. I just wanted to try the product. So some people are just ready and some people get it intuitively. I know Pearl's like, she didn't ask for anything. She's just like, sign me up. She knew in her gut that this was a good thing, basically. So don't offer more information if they say, oh yeah, I'm ready to get started. Make sure you're going to get them the information as they're going along, or or as they're signing up or something, that they see more information besides what you're telling them. But if they're ready to buy, go ahead and take their money and sell them the product because they want to get started. So you can tell stories and you can tell them all about the research, but the fact is the product does something different for everyone. So where you're off in a system is something different than but the product's going to do something different for you. It's going to do something different for me. So you can't really tell them too much about what it's going to do for them. You can say, yes, it can help. It helps everybody in some way. And the longer you drink it, the more improvements you'll probably see. But it's going to do something different for everybody. So you can't exactly tell them what they're going to do. And you can say you have nothing to lose and everything to gain because this can't hurt anyone, basically. So don't expect the person to let you know when they're ready to order. Some people are waiting to hear the person say, I want to buy. They're not going to say that. They don't know what to do. You're their guide. You're their host. You're the one that's going to lead them to making a decision, basically. They're expecting you to make decisions. So with that, if you're very strong and clear and decisive, they'll follow you. They'll listen to your suggestions and stuff. So in that way, you're expected to know all about all the different products that we have. That's part of your job, learning all the different products and what they can do. So if you've got somebody who's going through hair loss, you might want to suggest the redox molecules, but you also might want to suggest radiance, that they add that to it, because that'll give them the nutritions to help them grow their hair back. So if you're a guide, you need to know what you're guiding. Just like if you went to a museum and you wanted somebody to guide you through a museum, they have to know about the artwork in order to do that, or whatever's in the museum. So as you're starting to consult, you start discussing what they need and you're making suggestions. So you need to know the different offerings that we have, and then you need to also be able to very easily put them in a shopping cart and send that to somebody, even as they're speaking. So that's another skill that you need to learn now with the new shopping cart, because if you can get them to look at the shopping cart while you're with them, then you can go over that with them as you're speaking, and they can go ahead and buy. Because sometimes when you send a shopping cart, they don't buy right away. You're like waiting and waiting and waiting, and you've lost the opportunity. But if you send them a shopping cart and you stay on the phone with them, you can help them through that.
Quick question there. Are we getting more information about the app being here in Canada?
I haven't yet. I've texted Corey and or emailed them, Corey and Daryl both, and I haven't heard anything.
Okay,
so anyway, yeah, you don't need the app for but I'll try to find out as I'm talking to Susanna for the shopping cart.
For the shopping cart, but I've sent that shopping cart app out here to a few people in the States, and it haywire. Well, I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay. All right. So if you're waiting on the phone, one of the things you can say to help them move along and to go ahead and order is you can say, there's something on the last page that most people do miss. And that's because you have to scroll down because most people don't see it. But if you get them to stay on the phone and you're helping them through it, you could say you might need help with the username. You might not know what that is, all that kind of stuff. So you can say all these things while they're on the phone. And, but on the last page, my excuse to stay on the phone with them is that on the last page, after you get your order receipt number, you scroll down and you are able to opt into emails from your upline, from your team, basically, and from corporate. And you want them to go ahead and opt in for that because corporate doesn't send out that many, for one thing. But they need to know about promotions and all this different things. But you do have to scroll down. It's not on the same, it's not on the same screenshot. So that's one good way to stay on the phone with them while they're ordering, to tell them there's something they're going to miss if you don't. And as they're doing this, as they're talking, part of your closing would be to offer a lot of other really good advice and valuable information. So you could tell them about maybe the next webinar that's coming up. You know, if you're signing them up on Thursday, tonight there's a great presentation by Alan Noble. You might want to tell them about the customer VIP Facebook page. That's a great place for anybody, even if they're going to build a business to start, because if you get them in that, they're going to, it's social proof. There's about 16,000 other people on that. They're all asking questions about the product. They're getting answers. They're getting just information about the product. It's not pushing the business at all. The business isn't even mentioned there. But that's a really good thing to sign them up for, because then they get to see the social proof of all the other people, and it's not just you using it, it's many, many thousands of other people. And you might want to tell them about some of the other Facebook communities too. There is a, you know, David's got a team Facebook page. I do. Debbie's Diamond Club. There's a recognition on Dream Struggle Victory. There's testimonials on, what is it called now? Real Redox Results. Facebook page. And it's still a wealthy, so for business testimonials. So you might want to introduce them, especially if they're on Facebook. Otherwise, you might even suggest that they get a Facebook page. They don't have to put anything up. They can just put their picture. They don't have to post anything if they don't like posting and putting their information out there. But at least they have a Facebook page so they can be connected in with all the other information that's going on. I always suggest that. And it's very important to make all this very clear. Just because they signed up, that is not the end. It's just the beginning. So now you're going to track them. You're going to get them on a webinar. You're going to let them know that these technologies work on other people, not just them. You need to make sure they have a good product experience. That's your goal, to have them have a good product experience. Once they have that, they will continue to buy, and then they might consider sharing if they hadn't. So, and one good way is the health tracker, which I'm going to let Jackie talk about in just a second. And the health tracker gives you a great excuse to call them back at certain times, basically, and to see, you know, every time I've done a health tracker, their numbers have always gone up, even if it's just by 1 point. So usually decisions are made in the first month, and that would be, you know, if they were going to share it or not. So make sure they do have a good product experience. That's your job. Because if they're not using it correctly, sometimes you have to go back in and remind them how to use it. Don't mix it. You know, I just had a friend that's been off and on it for a long time say, I'll try to hide it in his water. I'm like, no, you can't do that. You can't mix it with anything. So you've got to keep reminding people until this is very important in their minds, basically. Have them send photos to you so that, you know, if they've got something that you can see, because that's another really good way to keep them active and working on things. And tag them to see all the social proof. So all the comments and questions. You can tag them, and they can go right to the Facebook page if you're tagging and see, you know, what you're talking about. So if you've got a good testimonials you want them to see, or if you want them to see something on customer VIP or any that kind of thing. So I'm going to let Jackie take over for a few minutes, and she's going to talk about the health tracker, because she really picked up on this and started using it a long time ago, and it's really helped her business a lot. So Jackie?
Absolutely. I'll go over that. And then there's some people that also don't understand the shopping cart, so I'm happy to go over that as well. So as far as the health tracker, I'm just going to share my screen. Make sure it's just on the right screen, basically. Okay, wellness tracker. Okay, so once people are signed up, I always do a health tracker with them. I tell them, I want to keep track of your progress. It's to help both you and I, and just make sure that you're getting the results that you're looking for. We both want that. So they're excited. It only takes literally a minute. So after they've ordered, I usually again help them order and so forth to answer any questions that they have. And so I'll say, okay, call me when your product arrives or let me know. So then we take a minute and do this health tracker. And you're going to start and you're going to put in the date of whenever they get their product. And then I say from a 0 to 10, 10 being really good, please rate these different areas of your health. And so what's great about this, I think Peter made this, is that on this Google Drive, it adds up the score for you, whereas the paper you'd have to add it up yourself. And at the very end, you'll have a total with a number, and it gives you your overall score of wellness out of 130. This one's 130 because it also includes back comfort, which the paper one does not. In the other section, I just ask, is there anything that you would like to see improvement on that is not covered in one of these areas? So for example, maybe they want better eyesight, they're wearing glasses, maybe they have varicose veins, maybe they're taking medications, whatever other else they want improvement on, I put it in here as little notes so I can help them see improvement in that area. So then once we have this, I say, great, I'm going to be following up with you in a week. Again, according to this one, it's in a week. You could follow up with them more if you'd like, but this one is a week. So then I use Google Calendar and I have a paper planner. So I say, if I'm following up with them today, I say, great, does next Monday work? Yes, great, what time? So then I know and they know when I'm going to be following up with them. So it's, again, I'm not chasing them and it gets annoying. So we have an appointment to follow up with each other. They know and are expecting me to call. And so then we do their day 7 and again, go over the numbers. And I would say, as we're doing this over time, 95% of people's numbers go up. It's pretty incredible. If their numbers aren't going up, maybe they need to be taking more just to see improvements faster, basically. So on day 30, it's about 3 weeks out after the day 7. Again, you could do just like another week, day 14 if you wanted to add that. So I go all the way up to day 90. After day 90, they've kind of had a feel for this. They know it works. I do add them to that MailChimp just to kind of keep them in the loop about research and so forth, and following up with them. But of course, you can always stay in touch with them in other ways, however you'd like to stay in touch with them. So that's as far as the health tracker. Is there anything else you'd like me to cover?
No, I did put in the Accelerator group. I gave you this link to have it in Google Drive if you want it. And you might want to show them how this is the basic health tracker, and you do have to make a copy. So you might want to show them that real fast.
Sure. So you'll see right here at the top, it's named Wellness Tracker. This is just the original version. Once you get this, it's important to go to File and then make a copy, just so this one stays blank. So when you make a copy, it'll ask what you want to name it. So for instance, if I'm doing moms, I'll do Debbie Wetzler. And you can put it in a folder. So I'm going to click on the folder of Wellness Tracker. This is where I've kept everyone's. And then I make a copy. And from there, it opens up a brand new one. And it'll have her name on it now. And then I can start filling it out just for her. So that's how you make one for each person. You can always go back to the original. And so like all my people are under this Google Drive right here and under like Wellness Tracker, but you'll see it most recent. If I go to refresh, Debbie's going to be right here at the very beginning. You can always search the drive, you know, if you're looking for someone in particular, you can search whatever you're looking for, whoever's name you're looking for, and it'll pop right up. So that is the wellness tracker.
Jackie, excuse me, go over from the very beginning when you get in there and I've got, because I screwed up on this. Okay, you go to file, make a copy. Now, do I use that copy for the new person?
Correct. You're making a copy
Okay.
from the original.
Okay. And if I lose the original, you can send me another one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. That's good to know.
I'll just copy and paste it and put it in the Accelerator group right now. This is the original. Just make sure to make a copy so that it can stay blank.
Okay.
Jackie, hi, good morning. Is there a reason why you don't keep them all in one file? Like you can have sheet number 1 for Steve, sheet 2 for whoever, Dave and Bill.
Right here, you mean?
You have only one file, but then all of them in one place.
Yeah,
You mean
you have
like-
all the health trackers in one file,
Yeah, it's all under one
All health.
folder.
health tracker.
So when you open it, you see like, okay, this page is for Dave, the other page is for Bill, and you just go from one page to another and
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to do that because if you want to share it, it's very hard to share that way. It's better as a
Yeah.
standalone file.
you can copy it and share it. Copy the page and
Making 10 times the amount of work for yourself.
I need to get back to
Anyway.
doing this.
Yeah.
Kind of fell off the track and was
Yeah.
using the hard copy. But what I found helpful to help me stay on track is that when I scheduled that next conversation with those people, I would actually I would share this specific tracker with them. So only they and I can access it. And then when I set up the appointment in my Google Calendar, I put a link to that tracker so that they know that they're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. We're going to talk about it. And I've gotten off the wagon on doing that, but this is a good reminder to get back. And that's why you don't want to do multiple tabs. You want to have one file per person. So that way
okay.
they're the only ones who can see it. And I also I put notes in there, like if they've gone to 4 ounces or 8 ounces or over on the right-hand side, I just add notes every time I talk to them about what's going on. And
I'm not trying to have a
and
competition.
then when we're going to meet the next time, then I
And
have another appointment with that link to that tracker in it. So
Thank
Good.
you.
thanks for the good reminder. I want to get back to using this. It's a really good tool. So
I
Yeah,
have found
absolutely.
that I don't share my trackers with people unless they request them.
Hmm.
The reason that I have found it, because I've been doing this for a long time, is I find that people, if they have the old tracker in front of, oh, yeah, I'm the same, or no, I haven't, or whereas if I just do it with them and ask them questions about it and then put the results in myself, is that that's when I find the difference, and that's when I find out, like especially when you up the ounces. So they've gone from 4 to 8. It makes a big difference. Because people are creatures of habits. And if they look at it and say, yeah, I had a 7 on energy, well, maybe it's gone down, maybe it's gone up. So, but if they see a number there, they'll say, yeah, it's the same. Just a hint is what I have found taken, and I've got probably close to 300 of them or something like that. The other thing about it is that when you're going back and talking to people, is that
It's
you've
9
got that
o'clock.
information in front of you, so you can sort of see where they're at and whether it's changed. But for going back to people, it's really good. You can go back and just say, hey, last time we were talking a year ago, your sleep was good. I've had quite a few people go back on it because one of the things that they notice is that eyesight goes down. And it's not even something not on there, but it's something that I add. That especially as you get older, your eyesight gets weaker. So I had 3 or 4 people come back because of eye issues.
And Grazia, do you have a question as well?
Yes, actually, I was waiting because my question is what you said at the end. That you said, and after that, you follow up with them through Monkey MailChimp, I'm sorry. What do you mean by that? Do you send a regular newsletter, or I would like a little bit more information on that when possible, of course.
What Mom and I do is when we do a MailChimp, it's usually about once a month, and we'll sorry, take one of the did you knows that Trish and Bob Swinkler send out. And we kind of reformat it into our own, and it'll usually be a did you know about the product, product based basically. So it's just great information if they're not signed up under their newsletter.
Okay, thank you. I got it.
And we can go over that in the future. And there are, I just wanted to, before Jackie gets to the shopping cart, because there's a few people that don't understand the shopping cart and don't know how to use it. But the customer VIP Facebook page was created by Danielle and Alyssa. And it's a really good Facebook page to put new people in, because it's all just about how to take the product, how to use it properly. People put questions on that, but they do see that there's about 16,000, I think, other people that are using the product, and they get a lot of information about the product, and questions are answered there. They do go in and answer questions. So you might want to go take a look at it yourself. It's called Customer VIP. And I think,
has that been changed to Redox customer? I noticed that Sandy put that in the chat. Is that changed because now we're not using ASEA? So
I think so. Yeah, they changed the name.
Redox customers. Okay. So anyway, Sandy put the link in, if you want that to get to the Facebook page. And then Jackie, if you'd like to go over the shopping cart, you can do that too.
Okay. So I'll share my screen again. I'm just using an ASEA example basically. So once you're in your back office, you're going to click on shareable cart. Again, left side where the menu sticks out, shareable cart. Okay. So this is like, again, examples basically, but if you're starting a new cart, so let's start a new cart. It'll ask you if they want to be an associate or preferred customer or retail customer. So you have the drop-down menu. You also have the drop-down menu of where they're purchasing from. And then you can name the cart. So let's name it Mickey Mouse. Okay. And then you can decide what they want to do. So if they are going to be an associate, all the packs are right here. And or if they just want a la carte, you can pick and choose what you'd like to put in the cart. So let's say Mickey Mouse wants to go big and get the entrepreneur pack. So you're going to add to the list. And then you're going to want to add the subscription, of course. And so, well, let's just do one case for the subscription. So we're going to click on subscription for here. And as you can see, everything's being pulled up on the right-hand side. You're going to see the total and all of that. And then you're just going to save cart. Okay, so then your cart is saved. And then if you want to share this cart with Mickey Mouse, you can share the cart right here. And it gives you different ways of sharing it. I just do the easy way of copying the link. This will open up email, this will open up Facebook, this will open up WhatsApp. You can copy the link. And then if you want to, write them an email and have the link right there, this will pop up where they just literally just put in their credit card information and sign up. So it's pretty easy. the shopping cart is great. Again, always have a conversation with them to see what they want. And then once they've decided, you can then make a cart. I wouldn't just pick what they want automatically. I would let them see all the options first and go over it and answer any questions that they have. But once they know what to do, then you can make the cart.
I would just add, because this actually came up for me with two new preferred customers, that it defaults in the subscription, it defaults to monthly. So versus the other options, which were every 4 weeks. So that's kind of a good thing if you can be assured that it's not going to kind of come faster than someone might expect it.
Yeah, you can, change that too. So
Jackie, can I ask about that QR code that came up as one of the choices?
yes.
What do you do with that?
Well, a QR code would be like if you want to, I don't even know if you can, you
Yeah, you
can't
can
really,
save it
says
and
it-
send,
you can
you can save
download
it,
this.
send it, yeah.
You can download the QR code. The person would have to get their phone camera out and pretend like they're taking a picture of it. And then it comes up as a link that you can click on.
So it's easier to do it by the email.
However you're with the person, but yeah, if you're just talking to them, just copying the link right here. If they are not tech savvy, especially, I wouldn't use a QR code.
It's also something you can use if you're going to be in an event. You just print it out on a piece of paper. So if you're talking to somebody and they want to get like you're promoting a different certain package of products, they can take a picture and then their phone will take it right to that shopping cart. So
Yeah,
I think Jackie and Danielle did a really good training on that at the global convention about how to work with maybe a customer that's or a client, an associate that already has like a storefront or a wellness center. They can just put a little QR code there for people to go take them out to their shopping cart to order. So
yeah, so you can pre-make ones like like a Renew 28 is a pre-made one, and this is just the retail one. So if you just want to have someone buy a tube off you retail, you can make one up. You can make up a standard one, which is a case and a tube. You can do the basic one for an associate, which is the personal pack, and then the case for the subscription. So you can already have preloaded ones, and then have the QR codes if you're in an event and stuff. So yeah, good point, Sandy.
Anybody have
Yeah.
any questions about that?
Is that QR code already there, or you have to make your own QR code?
No, it creates it for you when you hit share cart
Oh, okay, I see. All right, great.
for that particular cart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would have the entrepreneur pack in it. So
Jackie, do you know if you can use this through the app? The shareable cart? I haven't done a shareable cart through the app.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not yet. All right.
well, you
I
can
didn't
go
think
to
so
your own
either.
website. You could go to your own website in the cart in the
Yeah.
app
Yeah,
and then share it from there. But that's a lot of little stuff on your
that
phone.
works.
So Jackie, we could practice by doing an order with somebody we know, maybe somebody in Accelerator or somebody else, and then delete the cart, right? I see the little delete the cart sign there.
You want to save the carts. If you don't put somebody's name to the cart, you can save the carts and then you can ship them out to anybody, send them out to anybody. That was sort of a hint that they gave us at convention.
But you
So
can
would
also
you name
practice that way.
it like Entrepreneur Pack or something?
You could, yeah.
Yeah. Having a standard pack, then you could just pull it right up.
And Jackie, sorry, where do you go like all the way down when Debbie was mentioning that, and also Danielle did that where they could fill up, you tell them there is a page that it's confusing, or where they have to go fill out their
Oh, that's
information?
at the end of placing an order. If you're signing somebody up, there's a screen, and I don't think I've got any of them pulled up, but there's a screen at the end that says, thank you for your order. It gives you your associate number or your preferred customer number, and it gives you the total, and it, you know, but you have to scroll down on that. And then you see, I'd like to opt into emails and from corporate and from your team.
I see. Okay, thank you.
And
And all
Debbie,
that-
can they do that later if they don't do it at the time they're doing the cart?
I think you'd be able to, but it's not as easy to do that.
I think it's in your account, like in the virtual office communication preferences, you can opt in or out, I think. But again, they now have to know how to get there. You know, they have
Right,
to
exactly.
log in,
You
go
have
to
to-
go to account information, go to communication preferences, and then opt in, I think. So it's
Right.
easier just to do it, especially if you're doing it for them, just like opt them in when you've got it right there. Just check all the boxes. So
Mm-hmm.
And Debbie, when you're placing the shopping cart, I've done it a couple of times. You choose initially whether it's a preferred customer or an associate shopping cart.
Right. Jackie just showed you that.
Yep.
It
Okay.
pops up when you say, when you hit create your new cart. Yeah. You can do associate, preferred customer, or retail. Any other questions on this?
really good review. Thanks.
Sure. All right, Jackie, thank you. And the last thing, is, I don't know how many of you use boards, but, I know in boards, we have one from Danielle. I think Jackie's made one too. Jackie, you might want to share that if you want to. We can send you this link. You do have to download boards as an app. It's free basically on your phone so that you can open it, and or on your computer. You can do it either way. You can go to boards. And do you want to share yours, Jackie, or do you want me to share Danielle's?
It doesn't matter. You can, if it's popped up on yours, you can
But
share
I
yours.
didn't, but I think I can go there. See.
I have mine popped up if you want, whatever.
Well, okay. Do you want to, if you've got it up, go ahead and share yours then.
Okay. So this is what boards looks like. You could just type in boards on Google and then it'll be the first link that pops up basically. So you have to have a link in order to access people's boards. So Danielle gave me hers. So this is her ASEA Academy. This is her board. I have made my own board for my team. It's very similar, but it has our own Zoom calls and so forth and stuff that, it's not access to her team's information. So
And
she's
I will be
done,
making one also for you
Yeah.
guys.
so this is an app and a website. I would have it downloaded on your phone as well, because it's a lot of the stuff you can copy and paste into your text messages. So she's made a board for all of these different information.
So click on
links.
how to share, please. So there's some, the initial invite and following up. Click on following up, please.
Can
So-
I just ask for everyone else that's not speaking to mute themselves? There's lots of noise coming through and I can't hear. Thank you.
Yeah, if everyone can mute quickly. When you're going through this, and we can send you the link to her board, and you could get this to start with. And then I am going to be creating one for the team. But if you click on, ask these questions, especially when you're following up, that, did the video make sense? What questions could I answer for you? Is this a fit? Is this something you'd like to be part of? What did you like best? Did these resources get the rest of your questions answered? Is there anything else you want to know before you get started today? What would you like the next step to be? Are you ready to get started? Are you ready to experience this yourself? These are all just very simple questions when you're following up, that you can ask, that you can just kind of start putting in your brain. And then eventually it comes, like second nature to you. What else? Because you're talking to somebody and you're having a conversation. So which one of these script things fits best, then you can move forward with following up. So the boards just give you a lot of information on how to get somebody started, what questions to ask to follow up with. If you get no response, that's another question. Handling objections, that's another topic. And then when they have a question, so you can go in there and kind of look through it. Boards is just a very good method of, because I know every time Danielle signs someone up, she sends them the boards and tells them to go through the getting started thing. So it's a really good thing to do with people. And again, boards is just an easy, free app that you can get. And then you've got all this access, and then you have something to send somebody, when they sign up, that, and they can go through the whole process that you've spelled out for them. And it can talk about the Facebook groups, and it can talk about anything that you want them to do. Sign up for Bob and Trish Winkler's thing. Bye, Rosie. Anyway, so again, I would suggest that you get the boards, because it's, the boards app. And if they say no, this is the last part I have. If they say no, they don't think they want to try this right now, this isn't for them, make sure you're asking for referrals. And thanks, Jackie. I guess that's enough right now. We can go into that, and I can send that link. If you've got boards, I can send you the link to Danielle's, or Jackie could put it in the Accelerator group right now if she wants. And you could have Danielle's, and or Jackie if you want to put your own. And then I'll be making one. But anyway, make sure that you ask for referrals. I know Trish had a very famous story with Marlene Eborn. She was in a taxi, and she was talking, the taxi guy asked her what she did, and she was talking to him about, I think it was the other company she was in, Nikon. But anyway, and she's telling him about it, and he said, well, I'm not interested. And she said, well, do you know anybody who is? And he goes, my sister's all over health. So she contacted Marlene Eborn. Marlene Eborn went to Royal Diamond in Nikon, just for asking for a referral. So you never know, because if you're describing health, most people know somebody with a health challenge that they might want to know, that, and it's just information you're giving. So make sure you make that clear. I'll just be giving them information. I would love to, if you know anybody that could benefit from this, let me know. So referrals are huge. So make sure that you're asking for those, even if it's not for this person. So, and again, if you're talking about the opportunity, I hope everyone's gone to see Alan Noble's new little short 4-minute redoxlife.biz. He did an excellent job of describing what a great opportunity this is. And he tells you to ask the person who sent this to you at the very end. So we're still weak on offering the opportunity of making extra money and by helping people, to people. So make sure you're offering that also. I mean, you could start with that and then fall back to the product if they're not interested in the business opportunity. But this is a massive opportunity at this point, guys. We've got white papers, we've got science that backs us up, we've got universities coming to us, we've got all this information, and this will be a household name. And there's many people who might want to be part of helping to bring this to the world and be a part of, it's like getting a stock tip. You put your money in the stock and then you just watch your money grow. This is basically the same thing if you're sharing this with people. So there are many people out there looking for business opportunities right now. Money is short in many areas, and the cost of things are still going up, and it's just been something that, and it can be a side gig. They don't have to give up their job to do this. That you can fit this in. I fit it into 20 minutes a day. So make sure you're telling about the story and have your own business story for them also. This helped me be able to pay for my product. This helped me be able to buy the extra groceries I needed. This helped me, whatever. So have your own business story ready when people start asking you questions. So the assignment for this week, and then I'll take questions, is to ask somebody, close somebody, get somebody started. Ask them if they're ready to get started. And if they say no, then that's fine, but you've asked them at least. So anyway, I don't know who had their hand up first, but Diane, you're first up on my screen. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just a quick question. So back to the board. So when we download that app or link, it's already going to come filled with those links that you just talked about. Like we don't put that in there, do we?
No, you don't put it in there. Jackie, I think, has put it into the Accelerator group. I don't know. Did you do that yet?
Okay, so
Anyway.
so if I just grab that link, everything is in there already. I don't have to add. Okay, that was my concern.
And I'm going to be making one for our team too, so that we can have it. All right, and then Peggy?
But my question is, the topics might be there, but I think you have to put in the questions. So is there a way of copying the questions from Debbie, if you do a board, that we can copy your content into our own board?
Yeah, that's what the link gives you. The link gives you that exact, we just showed you Danielle's. So it's going to give you that exact set of everything that she put in her boards.
Okay.
And so all you have to do is click on follow up and, well, how to share. That's the first thing. And then the follow up. And then you click on the questions or whatever else you want from that.
But you have to rename it as your own board with your own email? No?
No, it's just boards on your, like I've got it on my phone. And
You'll see once you download it.
yeah.
So I did download the app, and do you then copy the link into the app? Is that how it becomes?
Just click on the link.
Just click on the link and it goes into your board.
And it populates the app.
Right.
Got it.
That's
Okay.
all you have to do is click on that link.
Once you've downloaded the app.
Once you've downloaded the app, correct.
Does someone have to have boards themselves to receive your information?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to download the app first.
Whereas the link tree isn't function that way, right? The link tree, you just send a link to somebody and they can open it whether there's no app for link tree. So it may be that we need to have two different options.
Yes, and I can do two of those. I haven't done those. Last year, like I said, got away from me. So I'm going to be making those.
So in boards, you can make your own things that you use common. So in my boards, I have a FAM thing, so I can ask the question real quick in FAM when I'm FAMing people. You know what I mean by that?
I do.
Okay,
I'm not sure everybody else does, but maybe you just should give the acronym.
Find, add, message people. So you can make your own, and you can, on the free version, you can have up to 2 other boards. I recommend Danielle's. She's done a very good job on it. But once if you're using hers really often, especially the questions and stuff, you can copy them and put them into your own version of it.
Yes. You can make it your own boards.
Yeah, and
But that-
don't,
and that's, yeah,
I
go ahead.
don't recommend downloading Eric Worre's because it's all advertising.
Okay,
It's not worth the hassle. But you can only have so many in free. And then they start charging you, I think it's $10 a month or something like that.
all right, and then Dr. Ed?
Yeah, just a quick one for Miss Marilyn after me.
Sure.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Since we're still on this boards. So I clicked the link that Jackie sent, and then it went to my boards. And when I click my board, it goes to, I have to sign up. It goes like this.
Yep.
I still have to make an account.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can just go to your app store and type in boards, search for boards, and then you can
Yeah, I
just
already
download it.
downloaded it, and then
Okay.
I clicked the link that Jackie sent, and so when I clicked it and then opened my app, I have to sign up and start using boards. So I still
Right.
have to. Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, you have to get it all set up. And then Dr. Ed, you had a question?
Yeah, just the promotion. A question came up from me about the qualifications for the promotions that it's going to be by January 1st, retroactively. I have a person that went into director 700 first, and then by January he did what he became director 300. He reached director 300. Does he qualify for 4 weeks for that?
You're talking about the new promotion?
Yeah.
Yes, the new promotion. Yes, yeah. The double your fast start.
Yeah, I have to. I meant to do that. I was up really late last night, very late, unexpectedly. And I need to look into, I think so, but that's what I need to look into. I know they sent it out, I
Yeah,
guess.
Lynn did a good talk on the new promotion on Saturday, if you were on the call on Saturday.
No, I
No,
should have
who's
been.
got it. And then Dr. David Silverman did a talk on it.
Yeah.
His
And I'll check into that, Ed, and I'll get back to you.
version was quite different than Lynn's.
Of course.
Thanks. Yeah, I just don't want to tell them wrongly that they could still qualify for just 4 weeks because they hit 300, they hit 700 first, like when they enrolled, they had two entrepreneurs and everything. They're 700. Then by January, then just by just the casual growth, then they hit director 300. So he was just asking whether he would still qualify for fast start double bonus for just 4 weeks. I know you got 4 weeks for 300 and you got another 4 weeks for 700. So that's a total of 8 weeks.
Yeah, it started February 24th to May 24th. That's when it goes. It's for all new associates and directors who advance to director 300 and 700. Upon reaching director 300, they receive double fast start bonus. So I think they have to do it in that time frame in February 24th to May 31st. May 24th. I think they have to do it during then, but I will check on that. Okay. They receive double fast start bonus and double customer bonus on the initial orders for each new enrollment, either associate or customer. So it's called Rise to Rank Enrollment Promo. And it's for that time period. So it started 2 days ago on Saturday.
So Debbie, I just checked that out yesterday in the back office and I saw that it's a maximum of 1,000 CV. What is CV? Something volume. C.
Commissionable volume.
Commissionable volume. Okay, right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So that's you can be paid up to 1,000 commissionable volume. Anyway, I will put this rise to rank thing in the Accelerator group.
Thanks, Deb.
Right now, and oh, where is it? There it is. Okay. So I just sent that out. So we have, so there's another reason to follow up and get people started, because they have plenty of time to get to Director 300 or 700. You get double fast start bonus if you sign them up. And which is great. So if they got an entrepreneur pack instead of 160, you're going to get $320. So another reason to close people and get them started. And then if you've got people who aren't already Director 300 or 700, talk to them about going up in that, because they'll get extra money also. So it's a win-win, and they've done another promotion for us. So I haven't been able to look at the chat. Is there anything else? Peggy has her hand up again. Okay. Go ahead, Peggy.
Yeah, so I just wondered, is there any place that these instructions, like for boards and that kind of thing, are written down? I'm just a very visual, written down kind of person, you know? I don't know if it's in, I don't think it's in David Silverman's, but is there any training or written
You
instructions?
can YouTube how to install boards or something like that, I'm sure. If you go to YouTube, you can find anything.
Right. My grandchildren tell me that.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
But basically, Peggy, all you do you just go to your app store in your phone, and under the magnifying glass, hit search, put in boards, BOARDS, and it'll pop up, and then you hit get.
Right.
And you
then
have
you
to
download
install
it.
it on your phone before you can use the computer version.
Right. So it has to be on your phone first.
Right. But you have to know you're looking for boards. Like, I mean, there's just so much of this sort of information management technology that, you know, is sometimes a little overwhelming.
Amen.
It's just, well, and again, we're bringing this up because, you know, I wouldn't say this is going back to basics, but it's just a really good piece of whole set of information, I guess, that you can get that can help teach you, help move you forward. You know, you can send this to people, they can see it. A lot of people use boards. So anyway, it's just very good. So I'm just exposing you all to it. If you want to use it, I think it's a really good thing. And Danielle did do a very good job, and I'm sure Jackie did too. I don't think I've ever looked at Jackie's board, but anyway.
Never seen Jackie's. Didn't realize you had one.
Like I said, I want to create one too. Go ahead, Jackie.
No, I just almost copied hers, but just did my own with my own stuff.
Okay, perfect. All right, Dr. Ed, you have another question.
Oh yeah, are there still spaces for fly-in?
Or what?
You still have can we
Yes,
still,
as far as
can
I know,
people-
we do.
Okay.
Yes. I did
Okay,
add
good.
your other, I've got you down for 4 people so far, plus you two.
Yes, yeah. And then
You
somebody.
have some more?
Okay.
The date for that again, Deb?
Yeah, I think we have one more, but I'm talking to 2 more, so that's
Okay, perfect. Great. Wonderful.
yeah. I just want this doctors educated, but I brought a first batch before, but none of them stay.
Well, we need to
to
plug them in and make sure that they are getting information. Since
What
this
is
is
the
so-
yeah, it's a hard group to educate with, but once they're educating, educated, then they are the ones that can share and can do a lot of stuff. But
right. You just have to remember back to your own training.
yes, yeah, exactly. I am guilty of that.
What'd you ask, Pearl?
Just the date, to confirm the date of the fly-in.
April 17th. Okay, and Grazia?
Yes. The question is this, last week I wasn't able to join. There is some static, okay. And I watched the replay, the recording. Thank you for posting it on your YouTube channel. And there you're showing an album of pictures that Jackie prepared for you. I was wondering if it's possible to have a digital, of course, copy link sent to us, because I'd love, and I believe other people would be interested, because I'd love to print them and put them on a folder and show them to people. And also when I make a presentation, to have them on the desk, you know, and people to go through. It would be lovely. Would that be possible?
There's not a link. I would have to send you the photos individually. I mean, because
No,
it's
link is because if it's heavy, that's why I said link. But you know, whatever is easy for you. Because if it's the file is, which I believe it will be heavy, you can put them all in, you know, as an attachment. But Google will tell you, and I believe you have a Google email address, will tell you this is over 25 gigabytes, and therefore we'll send a link, and you just say yes and you say share, because if you don't say share that we can open it, it will arrive but we won't be able to open it. Click it, but it's not going to open. Am I clear?
You're clear. I just don't have, I have a file that's full of photos, a lot more than what's in that book.
Yeah.
And and a lot of them are not, most of them are not compliant. I'll just put it that way. So make sure you're not posting them anywhere. But I mean, I could send that. It would probably have to be a zipper file though.
Or as I said, as an attachment, the file as an attachment to your Gmail account. And just as an attachment, not individual pictures, but just the whole file. And again, as I said, Google will say it's too large. We'll send a link. You just say yes. And also you say share, because again, if you don't share, we won't be able to open it. That would be lovely if possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just a format of recreating what Jackie has created for you. I did that in the early years. It's time to redo it.
Yeah, I have a huge file full of before and after photos, and like I said, most of them are not compliant. So anyway. Okay, Sean.
Thank you. I just downloaded boards and I just put the link in for I had Danielle's from before. And I'm just asking this because this is where I get a little ooky with different things. It asks for access to your keyboard and things like that, and third-party keyboard privacy and stuff like that. I guess you give access to it, right? Otherwise you can't really engage with this app. Is that correct?
No, no. So like you add it to your keyboard, that means you can like use it in your text. So let me
is that what we should all do to make it more user friendly?
Yeah, I mean, like once it's opened up, like this is a text.
Yeah.
And then the little world is like to go to different keyboards.
Yeah.
So it's part of your keyboard, and you can literally just copy and paste things into a text that way.
Okay, so it is kind of necessary to make it more user friendly in the text world.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And then Diane.
Okay, I'll be quick. So I just downloaded the app as well, Boards, but creating an account. While I'm creating an account, it's asking me, you know, am I network marketing, multi-level marketing, what business I'm in, what's the name of my business, how many people in my team, and then it sends me a video of some marketing person. Like, is that what I'm going, is that right? Or have I got something totally different?
I got that too. That's what I just got too.
Okay, so you got to get through that, and then
I think when I signed up, that wasn't applicable. I think
Yeah,
they're,
apparently network marketing businesses have all sorts of stuff, so you can actually click on Arbonne or something like that.
Yeah.
ASEA is not in there, so you have to
Exactly.
create ASEA.
yeah, I guess you just answer those questions. I don't remember doing that. But I did have to do that with MailChimp. It asked me my address and everything. And they said the address would be put on every email, and I don't want my address out there on every email. So I put in a fake address. Anyway, it's like putting your address on your business card and then passing it out.
So some unknown person's gonna be getting all sorts of stuff.
Well, I put in the number one don't want to say is what I put, street. So that they wouldn't send anything there because that would be anyway. So that's how I got around that, because it
It's
wouldn't let me
just
go
like
any
the address for Facebook is One Hacker Way.
further. Yeah, exactly.
That's their real address.
One hack away. Great. Anyway,
And Joyce, I can feel your pain. When all this information comes through like this, my brain just goes, So, mother-in-law, you take what you want and leave the rest.
the only thing new I introduced was boards.
Just saying, I can feel Joyce's pain.
I was wondering when we're going to start speaking Martian, and that's about how I feel.
I hear you, Jordan.
Okay, I just have one
I'm
quick
coming to
question.
visit soon, so I can show you stuff.
Good. Please add this very short 4-minute thing that Alan did. Add that clip.
Oh, and I guess I should have stopped the recording.
That I can handle.